Then, after I respawned, I saw him using his inkjet, so I sniped him out of the sky, and I didn't even squid bag him back. Hey, are you still listening? Have you been asleep this entire time? Hey squids, yocuppajoe here. Whether you're new to Splatoon or just looking for some pointers, my Splatoon 2 Superfresh guide will teach you everything you need to know in order to become the slickest squid in the square. Inkopolis Square, that is. Follow me to the secret lab. Sheldon here guards the entrance. The code word to get in is Y. Today we're going to be learning about aiming and movement. The first tip I'm going to give you could make or break your entire career, so listen up. Use motion controls. I know it might feel awkward at first, but if you follow my advice, you'll be feeling comfortable in no time. Once you have motion controls turned on, walk over to this spot, point your cursor at this corner, and take a deep breath. When you're in a match and an enemy appears, you'll need to move your cursor from wherever you were looking before over to your target. We'll call this type of aiming target acquisition. So practice this yourself, going as slowly as you need to and moving in a straight line to your target. Once you've gotten a feel for how far you have to turn your controller, try doing it quickly. Pause after every attempt to analyze your aim. Did you turn too far? Not enough? Repeat this a few more times, then decide if you need to change your sensitivity. If you keep overshooting your target, turn the sensitivity down a few notches. If you keep undershooting, turn it up a few notches. Once you've found the sensitivity that you like, practice your target acquisition on all the target dummies. The more you challenge yourself in the lab, the better you'll be during real matches. Next, we'll use these moving targets to learn about target tracking. In order to pop one of these dummies, you'll first need to move your cursor into position like we practiced. Then you'll have to continue to move your cursor so that it stays on top of the target. So first, it's target acquisition, then target tracking. All projectiles in this game have travel time. As you can see, after I fire my weapon, there is a small delay before the ink hits the dummy. The closer I get, the lesser the delay. This means that it isn't enough just to keep your cursor on top of the enemy. You have to point your weapon where you think they'll be after the ink's travel time. So to kill the fast-moving target from this distance, I need to aim a little ahead of the dummy. The more confidently you can predict your enemy's motion, the easier it will be for you to track your target. The next time you see an enemy moving from one position to the next, just pretend they are one of these target dummies and catch them during the transition. Now let's talk about movement. The stationary targets are much easier to hit than the ones over here, wouldn't you agree? That's because these targets are moving. So if you're getting shot at, you'll want to move too. That way, your enemy is forced to track that movement in order to hit you. One way to accomplish this is by strafing. Strafing is when you walk side to side like this. The best part about this technique is that you can be shooting at your enemy while you do this. Another way to make it hard for your enemy to hit you is by swim strafing. It's pretty much the same thing as before, but you swim through your ink as you go side to side. You can't shoot while swimming, but you can shoot every time you switch directions, like this. You can also combine the swim strafe technique with the standing strafe by continuing to move once you pop out of the ink. If you feel that your opponent is managing to track your movement even while strafing, then you'll need to spice it up. Try swim strafing in one direction, then switching directions when you pop up. And don't forget to throw some jumps in there too. Any move you make that your enemy can't predict will make them miss. While they're missing their shots, you need to take advantage of that and hit them. This way, you can get the splat without getting splatted yourself. That's enough practice. Time for a demonstration. Let's head into a turf war match. When you're trying to cover an area in your team's ink, you'll want to move to the side while shooting. It's just like strafing, but you only have to aim forward. On to our first victim. I spot this target and put my cursor into position. Not right on the enemy, but a little bit in the direction they are moving. Easy peasy when your teammate does most of the work. Right here I stop for just a second to restore my ink and get instantly punished. You never want to stop moving when you're standing in a spot like that where enemies can see you. In this clip I am moving, but as you can see I was moving directly towards that enemy. It's always easier to hit targets coming right at you than a target that is moving to your left or right. Let's look at some examples of better movement. After I land a hit with my burst bomb, I immediately start strafing to the right, then the left while I shoot him down. I lose sight of this enemy, but I can still track him based on where I think he will go. There he is. Bingo! All I did was swim to the right, then walk to the left to get that kill. And here we go again with pretty much the same tactic. I swam to the left, then popped up and switched directions while shooting. I was still damaged from the last engagement, so one shot there would have killed me. I used my special a little too early here, then I walk in the enemy's ink. I should have died for that, but I just kept trying to move and aim, and in the end I live. Never give up. I spend the rest of this game spawn killing these poor squids, so let's just jump into a ranked match. My tower control rank is S+4, so most of my opponents are pretty decent. Enemy detected, but I don't get the kill. I was able to acquire the target, but I failed to predict their movement, so they got away. Here I land the first shot, and I have way more room to strafe around down here, so poor lime frogs didn't stand a chance. This enemy actually did a good job of tracking my movement, but luckily the second burst bomb misses, and I live to take this warp pipe to the next match. This looks like a free kill. Ah! Okay, so first I get scared and start backing up before strafing, but if I had just started strafing immediately, then I might have had a better chance of survival. At least I managed to get the trade. Enemy detected. Enemy predicted. I managed to cross this bridge with my inkjet, and then get a kill. But overall, I could have been more efficient with my special. I'll go into more detail in the special weapons episode. My team is pushing the tower, so I head for this position to catch the enemies off guard. Me and the enemy splatling get into a fight, but my aiming and movement game is stronger, so I live. Another enemy is coming, so I start shooting where I'm expecting them to appear. I don't get the kill, so I have to sacrifice myself in order to finish her off and protect my teammate's super jump. This sniper starts aiming at me, so I let him see my fancy footwork. Then, 30 seconds later, I show that sniper one more dance move. Here's a clip from earlier on in this match where the sniper actually lands a nice shot on me, so you guys can see this sniper isn't just bad. We ended up losing, but that's okay. You can always learn something even from a loss. Thanks for watching the first episode of my Splatoon 2 Superfresh guide. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more tutorials. And be sure to share this video with any new Splatoon players you know. Thanks again. Bye!